afternoon. My name is Marco Sadik, as introduced by the MC. I'm here on behalf of Homeboys Entertainment Limited, one of the most leading audiovisual and event management companies in East Africa. We're based in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm going to be looking at the event technology and production skills in Kenya 2019. But before I go there, just allow me to give you a brief introduction of who we are and what we do. So from the humble beginnings of being the DJs since 1995, Homeboys has grown to be one of the one-stop shop in audio-visual event management in Kenya. We are suppliers of power for all kinds of events, generators, making sure that you have a stable power and uninterrupted power for your events. We also provide barricading for your perimeters, for festivals and many kinds of events, being concerts or private parties, corporate events. We also provide storage for your equipment. So if you're coming to Nairobi, for example, and you're bringing out your equipment, which we do not want you to bring your equipment because we have the equipment, of course. But if you do, we have the storage for you. We're going to provide that for you for sure. Stage and set design, making sure we give you that look and feel. Lighting effects, of course, this one is very critical. We have all state-of-the-art of lighting, intelligent lighting, we provide that. We are providing for all kinds of event management, and also, us being one of them, we make sure that we come up with a spectacular stage by using these solid lighting. We also provide like mobile screens for road shows, as well as LED screens, daytime screens for like events, concerts and festivals. PA system, we really invested large in this one, thanks to the technology. I'm going to be talking more about that actually, with the line arrays and everything. We also provide space for like video and audio production. For example, if you have any post-production that you'd like to work on, recording of ADRs, Foley, or anything that you like to do, provide space for you. You can use our studios for editing or any post-production. Our reputation grows with each successful event. Actually, we've hosted one of the high-end events, one being the POP, when we visited Nairobi, Kenya. We've hosted the Prime Minister of India. We've hosted so many presidential events, a presidential debate in 2013. Recently, we also did the UN. Barack Obama when he visited Kenya, yes, we did that. First Lady President, the First Lady's marathon. Recently, we also just did actually the Standard Chartered Marathon that just happened last year. And some of our artists are Homeboys activations and activations for all the brands. We also do have a rugby team, well, it's part of entertainment. Well, sport is part of entertainment, so yes, we do have a rugby team, ladies and gentlemen, Homeboys Rugby. MTA, this is a music academy that actually offers DJing skills and also music production. I'm going to talk more about this swipe actually in the topic. And then value-added talent is one of our booking platforms that actually signed. We've collaborated with lots of artists that, they can be booked on a platform for any kind of events. But I mean, like being an event management company, we do a lot of events whereby actually by them signing with us, we can always advise the event organizers to say we work with our artists, and of course it has a percentage. We have to make some money out of that. The state of event technology and production skills and services in Kenya. It has been a journey, but we thank God for the technology. Technology is making a humongous change in the industry. The journey has been really going slow. I remember about digitization and having everything in digital these days, but I still have respect for the analog days, to be honest. I mean, I'm going to talk about, we are the least people that are actually recognized during the events. I mean, I'm talking about the techies and all that. I mean, the only time that people would recognize that there's a techie is when things go wrong. I mean, you was walking in front of the speaker right there. It's like, oh, easy. Who is the engineer? Does he know what he's doing? And when everything goes smooth, when they don't ask about you, when they don't even know where you're sitting, brother, you're doing a good job. You know? So, I mean, like, the analog days, when we're talking about the digital right now, there's one thing that scares me a lot. Another thing is really, you know, wireless microphones and all that. I mean, they're nice. You know, with the range, you can walk around with them. Willem was just using one of those, like, earpieces. It's all good. But one of the challenges that we've been having in Kenya is the frequency interference has been really bad. You know, you have a microphone and you're walking around. I mean, we were talking about switching off cell phones and putting them in silent and all that. You do your sound check and everything, you know, because everybody's out and everything is just sweet and crispy. And by the time you like walk in, you've got everybody, you know, people with two phones and they swash the whole frequency down. The RF is like too weak, and then he comes, he switches on his earpiece, and it's like with wireless, I mean with wired mics, you don't have to worry about that. In most pros and most of like, you know, rock and roll bands and stuff, but they're still using the wired ones, you know. Of course, the famous SM57 is still the legend, you know. So with that, you don't have to worry about frequency interference and all that. I mean, I remember when Barack came, everything was wired. Well, I mean, they'll rather be safe than sorry because they don't know the frequency range. And like right now, a lot of people had like the Shure microphones that have the range of like 700, 830, 830 to 860. At the moment when the 4G came with Safaricom, it just sat there and everything has gone. Bananas. We're not good, we're not safe anymore. So right now we have to make sure we stay below 700. So yeah, analog days. But now moving on to digitization. Everything is digital these days and we love it. Of course we do. The main challenge in Kenya, East Africa, with this digitization mainly has been lack of qualified technicians. I mean, we can buy these expensive gears and all that. Alright, the one is frozen there, that would be a very good example actually. The digital consoles for lighting and sound. They're not cheap. But you need to have somebody competent to know how to use them. Because I mean, we're talking about $4,000, $5,000. And you have somebody who comes and they don't know what they're doing and they spoil that thing, oh my God. So that's actually the main challenge in Kenya that we have in East Africa actually, you know, lack of qualified technicians. Another big challenge actually is that these state-of-the-art equipment are not locally available. Hence now the cost just goes like top the roof. Expensive, and not everybody can afford them. We've seen this actually mostly with the returning diasporas and in the likes of, like, my director is one of them. Guys that have had an opportunity to study overseas, and now they're coming back home actually with those expertise to share after being exposed to the real world of our industry, how it's done. Not just doing it, but doing it right. And bringing that back home, I've seen them actually started investing in state-of-the-art equipment. But again, if you look at the key players, some of the small service providers, they are struggling, they're having it very, very hard to break through. But we're getting there. So what we're doing is making sure that we're sharing that knowledge with our technicians. But I've had an opportunity to study abroad as well, like I studied audio production in the Netherlands and also. Lucky enough, we have a number of about 3 to 4 people in our company with expertise in sound and lighting and video. So what we do is we make sure we have like internal trainings for everybody, just to make sure that our young aspiring engineers are learning how to work with this state-of-the-art equipment. Again, one thing I like about this technology, the digital, and like digital consoles and all that, is the fact that if we look at our roadies, work is coming lighter every day. Back in the days during analog, I mean, one should have like a big rack of sound effects. You know, you've got like your graphic equalizer, you've got your delays, you've got your compressors, you've got everything there. But with this, everything is inside the box. Oh yeah, I mean, everything is right there. So all you need to do is like know how to route your signal flow and everything. What are you sending? Because again, if you go wrong on that, nothing is going to come out. So competent technicians, we really need that. But thanks to technology, now we don't have to carry all those racks, outboard gears and everything. You can just have that, a digital console, and you're good to go. We still start there. I'm moving here, so I'm just going to move on with you. Sorry that I don't know what has happened, but I'm moving on here, but I'm not moving there. Digital again, yes. All right. I'm going to try one more time. But if it doesn't work, I'll just... Yeah, I'm just going to speak from the heart, totally. Digital. One of another feature actually that Audinet has come up with is Dante. So clever. Dante by Audinet. A suite of audio and acoustic measurements and instrumentation software tools. With Dante, Dante allows the distribution of audio flowing in a way that, I mean, back in the days you would have like big snake cables running from the stage to the front of the house. Big snake splitters. For example, if you have like a TV, like an OB van for like outdoor broadcasting, and then you have like, okay, for example, we're splitting the same signal to about 5 people. He wants an audio, he wants an output from that. You want an output from that. That one wants an output from that. We have a backstage, like production suite that they want to record, not just left and right, but they want to record, let's say, multi-tracks of everything that is happening there. Dante, and our lifesaver actually with just Ethernet cables, Cat 5, Cat 6, just run that daisy chain, use like your primary switcher, so send one to you, send one to there, everybody's going to get the same quality. The same quality of the audio that is on the stage, that same one goes to the OB, that same one goes to the recording studio, that same one goes wherever you want to send it. Lifesaver. Another feature that I actually have come across that is really helping us in this industry is smart. Smart tuning of rooms, like tents, acoustically. I call it, working with noise actually. But again, there's been like so many times whereby, you're there, you're at the front of the house, and then you like have like some event organizers around, and then you're like running your pink noise, your bass noise, and somebody comes to you and be like, "You're making noise." Can you turn that down, like, I'm working, man. What are you working with? It's like, I'm working with that noise, actually. Do I look like I'm playing? I'm working. But this is something that actually happens most of the time, because, you know, people, you know, speaking of, we're the least noticed, because people just come when everything else is done. They don't know what happens behind the scenes. You know, it sounds good. Yeah, it does. You don't know how much work we put in that. And the tuning is part of it. So we're smart. Back in the days, I mean, like, how many times were we guys, like, running the PA, like, out of phase? And, yeah, you've got, like, your left and right over here, and then your subs are, like, right there. And then, because you're wondering, you're pushing the subs, you've got, like, 24 boxes there, but there's no bass, there's no low end. What's happening? It's out of phase. We're smart, phase aligning, time aligning, everything can just be done right there. And another good tool actually uses is your ear. So take good care of your ears. Techies in here. Because if you can't hear, then you can't mix, you can't have good sound. You cannot. The look and feel. I know, like, as much as sound is very important, but the first thing that people see when they come to an event is, oh wow, look at the stage. Amazing. Lighting and screens, very important. Well, they add life to these events, they do. They do. Advanced the technology. Back in the days when you could just have like one constant and like lighting there. You know, like Willem spoke about power, like, you know, they were consuming a lot of power thanks to LED moving heads and LED patterns, the 2Ks and digital consoles, you know, from out like Tiger Pearl to like Grand Amaze, you know, live service. And this time around you can work with all these and tell them what to do, like, oh yeah, I want you to be going around like that. The moving head is going to do that. And how clever is that? So the look and feel. I mean, most of the times, like in festivals, you look like, the guys were like, why is it that the set looks all the same all the time? You've got like a block screen and then you've got like 2 screens on the sides. Or sometimes it's really, you know, beyond our control, because when we look at the technical writers, it's like, well, look, the performers have got a video that needs to go on the screens. And then we've got the live feed, those cameras right there, of course they have to go there, right? Why are they not there now? Well, they have to. And this has made it like really exciting, whereby if you're working with thousands of people at festivals, and then like they feel close to the stage. Because now even if you stand like 50 meters away from there, I mean, at least you can see the artist on stage. You know, these guys can like zoom in and give you that feel. So even when you're standing at the back, you're like, oh wow, there he is. Shooting up the artist right now, you know. Awesome. Like really, really, really great. Stage design. Well, I feel really, really good about the roadies, to be honest. Like back then, lifting of like heavy roads. Manpower. With the line arrays, I mean, like, you know, if you're trying to fly those speakers, I mean, like back then it was just like, you know, using the chain blocks. Manpower was, yeah, the real deal, and then by the end of that, those guys are like really worn out. Well, technology, right? Electric chain motors. Just press the button. Goes all the way up. And all you have to do now is just make sure you angle those speakers, you know, according to their degrees, you know. Again, it takes us back to qualified techies. One needs to know how to apply that knowledge. I mean, I was talking about smart. I'll be honest with you, the first time I saw smart, I was like, how does it work? Because it's just lines and graphics, and just like, how does this thing work? You need to have that knowledge. But again, I mean, recently we did that. We trained all our technicians. We're like, all right, you know what? We're going to have a smart training. Take it from the scratch. But then at least slowly, and then thanks again to a lot of engineers that are putting the video tutorials on YouTube. It's helping us a lot. It's helping us a lot. Is my laptop ready? Losing it. Oh, there we go. Yay. Awesome. There we go. That's what we're talking about, hosting and rigging and electric motors and forklifts. So no more lifting of like heavy stuff and all that, you know, breaking their backs. Now we can use those. Well, this technology is scaring me a little bit. I mean, like, I hope people are not going to lose their jobs. Well, at least, you know, they're like, all right, we're going to create something, but you're going to operate it. So that you don't lose your job. You can stay, but the machine will do the job. Kenya being an innovation hub, as we all know, I mean, like, our ITs are really working hard. And because of technology, we're really trying to implement these innovations in our events industry as well. M-Pesa was actually the first one. When they invented M-Pesa in 2010, it became like one of the most, like globally, mobile money app that was used. And from there, you know, we are not sleeping. We are trying also to, like, you know, come up with like something different. We've come up with an app that we call Tikiti under Homeboys Entertainment. With Tikiti, if you go on that app, you're able to look at happening events, upcoming events, not only for Homeboys, but for other event management companies as well. Under Tikiti, we've got something that actually we call Dunda. Dunda simply means jive. So jive works like, you know, the Google Maps, the way it works. So what we're going to do is like we're going to work with clubs and other entertainment venues, you know. So by the time you go on jive, you know, like the way Google Maps shows you the most busiest traffic jam, like roads, you know, when it's like there's a traffic jam, it's like red. So with this one, when you look at that, it's like that's the most happening place. It's Friday. What's happening there? You know, you click on that, it tells you, all right, you know, it's jumping, man. There's a party there. I'm talking about 1,000 people and more. Swipe. A cashless card, actually, all you have to do is just load your money in there, making our consumers actually stress-free. You don't have to worry about losing your cash or losing your wallet and everything. Just load your money in there. You come to events, you go to any bar or any stand at that particular event, and then you just swipe it. We also have that in wristbands, actually. Even cleverer, because then you can't lose it. And if you lose it, of course, there's a guarantee that you come, give that back to us, and then we'll give you back your money, because your money stays there. So the biggest challenges with all these and all these growing, you know, technology and like production skills is the education. If we can only have our own National Academy of Technical and Production Skills, yeah, that will help us a lot. That will help us a lot. Competent technicians is what we need. As much as we're buying these like state-of-the-art equipment, but even we need to train our technicians. If we train them, we need that government support, that government funding, in order for us to have those technical colleges. If we get that, the future looks very bright. We're going to have like really good engineers in the next generation. We're with you. Definitely, we are with you. The other thing, I mean, you mentioned about Oscar Film. You was talking about, you know, people that just woke up like one day and be like, all right, I'm an event organizer. Oh my God. honest, of course, you know, they think, you know, we've paid for performance fee, you know, we've sorted out flights, we've sorted out accommodation. It's like, it doesn't end there. Who's going to be your technical provider? Who's doing like all the logistics, you know, like toilets, simple things like those, ticketing areas. And then they come to you last minute. But because they don't know what happens behind the scenes, they think, because they just come to like an event that is ready. It's like there, it's like, yeah, they think, oh, we're just going to go to Homeboys and they'll, you know, perform some magic. It's like, we need a week to set that up, man. These guys are like, no, you know, like, can you do something? It's like, how? So in the end, but you know, the thing that I like most about these guys is like when things go wrong, they blame you. Yeah. It's like we needed some time to like make sure everything is right. Sound check and everything. Another thing, talking about sound check, our artists. Yeah, I don't know if that happens here a lot, but these people need to start taking sound check seriously. Sound check is the show, man. Sound check is the event. If you can't do sound check, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna show up. I'm a superstar, I'm just gonna show up. You perform some magic. Hey! I can't hear myself yet. And another thing that cracks me up is that, like, you know, we go to other events and they'll be like, you've got some people that still come to the fun house and they go like, yeah, DJ, can you put? I'm like, people don't know who we are, guys. They don't know how to differentiate the two. It's like, you know what, the sound engineer, that's the thing. They need to recognize art. But how are they going to recognize it? We need support. We need, you know, yes, schools, technical colleges. It's a profession. It's not like, so, what do you do? I'm an engineer. What else do you do apart from being an engineer? It's a profession, man. But I mean, we've seen this really growing. Like right now, we've got like local artists that are having actually their own local engineers. So at least we get in there. But again, if their local engineers are not good, I mean, I'll go back to that, having like clowns at, you know, these technical colleges. If the teachers are not competent enough, if they're not qualified, what are they teaching you? So again, if you have these engineers that you just picked somewhere, and then you're like, all right, I've sent my engineer, you know, I don't have to come for the sound check. It's like, your engineer is not good. Yeah, he's an engineer, yes, but he's not good. You need some help. So again, yes, qualified teachers, absolutely. I mean, like we have one at the moment, it's called like ADMI in Kenya, but I mean, it's a good start. It's called like ADMI, Audio Digital Media Institute. It's a private institute. But if we keep getting more of those, it's going to really help. And then all we do is just share the knowledge. The beauty of this industry is we learn every day. We learn every day. Each and every event is big, new, different dynamics. It has to be approached professionally at all times. I could talk forever. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.